So we're up to core class week 14 now, so well into double digits, and hopefully you're still kind of trucking along each week and smashing those core workouts out. So today our focus isn't so much the full 360, we're going to kind of leave out the lower back and the glutes today. I'm just going to really focus on mostly the front, so just strictly the abdominals, and then a little bit of obliques halfway through. Okay, so because of that, we're just going to do very specific stretches at the start. So I'm just going to want you to come lengthways along your mat, down like so. We're going to start by hinging back into a child's pose. So just hinge back, head down, kind of sit on your calf muscles or just kind of in the gap between them. Lengthen your spine, a few deep breaths, wiggle around if you need to stretch certain areas. But try relax into that stretch. You can even claw or walk your fingers out a little bit further. Get a nice stretch up into the armpits as well. From there, we're going to lie face down and we're going to do a up dog. So basically, we're going to push upwards, try breathe out, get a nice stretch right down the front of your body, well down into your hips. Again, a little bit of a wiggle left and right if you feel like you need it, if your hips are a little bit tight. And then hinge back once more to child's pose. And then one last thing we're going to do, we're going to come up into a neutral tabletop position like so, hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and I want you to curve your spine into a cat-cow position. So chin goes in, hips come in, and then arch everything from the tailbone right up to the back of the head. Nice and slow, put a bit of movement into it. Smooth, you don't necessarily have to hold it at either end of the movement. Keep a nice flow. Try to do it centimeter by centimeter, really focusing on shortening and then lengthening the spine. One more for me. Big deep breath in. And exhale as you curve it out the far side. Alrighty, so if you need a few more of those stretches, if you still feel quite tight, pause the video right here and just do a few more of them, or do whatever you need to do if you need to loosen up more. But if you're ready, we're going to get going. So, no equipment required. I just want you to lay lengthways along your mat, feet nice and straight. I want you to take your two hands up over your chest. You can have them touching if you want. If not, just have them up in space. We're going to take a deep breath in and then do a full sit-up. Okay, so your full sit-up will look like this all the way up. Hands go back, and then you lower yourself down one vertebrae at a time. Alrighty, we're going to go for 30 seconds, folks. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So, what are we doing? We're breathing out as we slowly peel our spine up off the floor. And as we go back down, we're inhaling, getting ready for that next rep. But you're still focused because you want to be rolling back down onto the floor. Like I said, one vertebrae at a time. You're trying to keep control so that at no stage do you just kind of flop back onto the mat. You are gently placing yourself back down on the floor. We have 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alrighty, for our second exercise that we're going to match with that full sit-up, we're going to be right up on our glutes, so sitting quite tall. Nice tall spine. Pop your fingertips just in front of your hips on the floor though, and we're going to do a V crunch. So you're going to go like so, knees come in, back out. Knees come in, back out. So your upper body kind of opens up a little bit as well. You lean back, and then everything crunches up together. 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Again, I want you to exhale as you shorten your abs. So by that, I mean as the knees come in, you should be emptying your lungs. A little bit hard for me to do while I'm talking. That should be the rhythm that you're in. Exhale on your way up. Inhale on your way back out. You decide how much you want to open your body. If you've got good strength, you might be able to come very, very low. If you're struggling with the movement or if you're new to the movement, just keep it shallow. Slight tilt back, slight tilt in. 3 seconds, folks. 2, 1. Brilliant. Okay, back to the start. So I want you to lie flat. Let that pressure rush away. So that last exercise can be quite tough to do. Once you lie back, you tend to feel the pressure leave your abdominals. So, hands up over the chest. Start by the very first thing you do is take that deep breath in. 3, 2, 1. And let that breath out as you curl up. Find that smooth curl all the way up into a straight L. So at the top of your movement, be really conscious of what your spine is doing. You want your spine completely stacked over that tailbone. All the way up. And if you're not too tight in your upper back and chest, hopefully the arms are quite straight up over the spine as well. Still breathing. I want you to breathe on every rep, folks. 3 seconds left. Try crunch out one more. 2, 1. Fantastic. Okay, take a second, readjust. You're going back into that V crunch. So fingers down by the sides, deep breath in, off we go. Exhale as the knees come in. Now there's no rush whatsoever on this exercise. Take your time. Try to really make a connection with the lower abs. Might feel this one in the hips a little bit as well, that's okay. Slow and controlled. If you need breaks, rest the heels on the floor, or you can take a little bit more pressure with the hands. Nearly there, folks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to lie back, pull the two knees up to the chest. You can rock back and forward, or you can just hang out there. The point is to switch the abs off, okay? So clasp your hands around your knees or your shins. Take a few breaths, let those abs recover. So, what is next? We're doing a front plank position, but with our knees coming up on the sides to really switch on the obliques. So we've only got 2 oblique exercises. This is your first of them. So you'll be in a front plank position like so. The knee comes up close to the elbow on the outside, one on the left, one on the right, and keep that rhythm going. Okay, so when it's up beside your elbow, it's off the ground. You're not actually tapping your toes. Okay, we're going to do that for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Into your front plank. Set yourself up, abs tight. You don't want the butt sticking up in the air, and you don't want that lower back caving in like so. Okay, so nice solid position before you bring in those knees. Now, the knees are coming up on the outside. That way we're forcing the obliques to kick in. So don't kick your bum back in the air to make room for the knees. Stay in that nice straight line. 5 seconds, folks. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees. Maybe hinge back into child's pose again, just to shorten the abs and give them a quick breather. But our next exercise will, of course, be on our back. So we're going to do a 2-legged leg raise, okay? So both your legs coming up off the floor. When they get to the top, so kind of a 90-degree angle above your hips, you're going to tweak them to one side and bring them back down. So it shall look like this. 2 legs come up, little tweak to one side, back down. And then on your next rep, you tweak it to the opposite side. Okay, so it's timing. Just as your tailbone leaves the floor, quick tweak to one side, but then they come back down through that center line again. Okay, 30 seconds, folks. 3, 2, 1. Hands are down. They are definitely taking some of the pressure. And we're working away at that movement. 2 legs come up like a steering wheel at the top. They just twist to one side, but then they come back into the middle before they return to the floor. Return back down to the floor. Keep going, folks. Keep going. Now take breaks anytime you need to. Drop the 2 legs. Okay, or you could shorten the lever by doing it with a bent knee like this. Just twist it to one side. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Stay lying on your back. Big deep breaths. Let the abs fully recover if possible. Take a few seconds and we're going to repeat those 2. So they both hit the obliques. That second exercise with the leg raise, you're definitely getting a lot of abdominals, so they're in the front as well. Alrighty, into our front plank position for those Spiderman knees. One last time. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it, folks. Set your plank up. Once you're happy, get the knees moving on the outside. Now, your knee doesn't have to touch your elbow. Unless you're quite flexible, that'll be quite hard to do. But just get the knee in that direction, okay? So out to the side of the body, switching on the obliques. Last time doing this one. Deep breaths. It's hard to sync your breathing with this one, but do what you can. And just keep that air flowing in and out. 5 seconds, everybody. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees. Switch off. Back into child's pose. So take these little breaks if you need them, okay? Or rather, take them anyway. And that way you will be coming to the next exercise just that little bit fresher. Alright, we are on our backs. Leg raises, 2 of them with a tweak. If you were struggling towards the end, like I said, bend the knees and just do it with a shorter lever. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Bit of pressure down through the hands. Wait till the tailbone leaves the floor. And then tweak it to one side to kick those obliques into 5th gear. Really good exercise. Problem is a lot of people bring in too much momentum and swing. So if you can keep it strict, even take strategic breaks, that's how you know you'll really get bang for your buck in this exercise. Nearly there. 5 seconds. 2 legs come up, tweak to one side, back down. 2 legs come up, tweak to the other side, back down. 3, 2, 1, 2 knees into the chest. Well done, everybody. Take a quick breather. Ooh, what is next? We're on staying on our backs actually. I want you to put a small gap between your legs like so. And a small gap between your arms like so. Okay, the elbows can be a little bit bent. And your right arm is going to come up over the body towards your left leg. You're going to do a star crunch. So it's not a full sit up. Just one shoulder coming up at a time. Do your right arm to your left leg. Take it. Bring them back down. And then hit that opposite side. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds. Let's go. So you have less actual body to lift off the floor this time. It's just one leg, one arm. And whatever arm is coming up, ideally that same shoulder is coming off the ground. But you return it to the ground each and every time. So don't leave it off the ground like this and then try go into your next rep. Return it to the ground, then hit that next rep. Nearly there, folks, nearly there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Flip over. We're going to be in a plank position again, but this time I want you up on your hands. Now this can be tough for people with any problems with the wrist, so I have problems with my wrist. I'm going to do it on my knuckles. You can do it on your hands if you want, or you could even, as like a happy medium, be doing it like so, where your fingers are pointing to the sides rather than in front. That's a little bit friendlier on the wrist. No matter what way your hands are, we're all doing the same thing with the lower body. Into a nice front plank, abs side. Slow mountains. This is what we're doing, the slow mountain climbers. Alrighty, a lot of time people use this as cardio. We're going to bring that speed right down and try and really work our abs. Okay, 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So, big deep breath out. And try and get a little inhale as the leg goes back. But this is really the speed I want you doing it. Just like 1 second in, 1 second out. This is not about the heart rate, although your heart rate might be elevated. This is all about switching on those lower abs. And don't forget, every time you lift one of those legs up to start the movement, the rest of your body has to counterbalance. And that's another really good way of switching on the core. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Flip onto your back. We have our star crunches again. Gap between the legs. Gap between the arms. Obviously you're going to get that like build up effect. So each exercise is probably going to feel tougher and tougher because you're slowly fatiguing those same muscles. So take your rest periods. Even when I don't give them to you, take a rest and join back in whenever you're ready. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Right arm comes up. Right shoulder comes up and it goes to the left leg. Then it all happens on the opposite side as well. Now, one thing I didn't say on round 1, which is something to be mindful of, is that you keep that gap between the legs. So as you work your way through the set, don't let the legs get closer and closer on the floor. You want these movements to be wide, okay? So we're really challenging as much of this musculature as we can and not making it too easy for ourselves. So keep a nice wide angle on these star crunches. Last 3 seconds. 2 and 1. Fantastic. Flip over. We'll get these slow mountain climbers one more time. Then we're on to our last 2 exercises. So, get ready to set up your plank. And 3, 2, 1. Slow mountains. Big breath out as that knee comes in. So it comes up between the 2 elbows. If flexibility is an issue or you can't get that leg that high for any reason, don't worry about it. Okay, bring it to here or here, wherever your range is currently. You will still get that benefit of temporarily being on 3 limbs. So you're losing 1 support each time you lift the leg. So it could even be something like this you're doing. Okay? And just alternating between legs. Nearly there, folks. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees. Switch off. You have done 6 exercises, everybody. You have only 2 left. So take a break. Last 2 is a tough combo. It's one of my favorite combos, but it's tough. That's why I left it till the end. If you do it at the start, you'd be quite fatigued straight away. So, we're going to be in a bicycle crunch position, which means fingertips are just to the temples or the side of your head. Okay? Opposite elbow goes to opposite knee, and then you swap and you swap. So the lower half looks like this. One leg extends, one leg bends, while the upper half twists to meet it. We're going to do 20 seconds of that. Okay? Quite short, but you'll see why. After 20 seconds, without putting your feet on the ground, I want you to try pop up into that position we were in earlier and hold, okay? So your heels will be off the ground, hands out like so. You can halve them down if you need to, but try this one, okay? It's a little bit tougher. So 20 seconds of each then you get your break. So it's a little bit of a tough combo. Are we ready? 20 seconds of bicycle crunches. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So most of your middle back is on the floor and your lower back is definitely on the floor. All right, so it's only really the upper back and shoulders that we're manipulating here. You're twisting inwards like your star crunch, but a little bit more precisely. Now in 3 seconds, don't put your legs down and try flip up into that V position. 2, 1, up, find your balance. It might take a little bit of wiggling. If you're really stuck, like I said, fingertips on the ground, or you could possibly lightly grab your knees, but make sure you've got pressure down here. You should treat this like you're in a front plank face down on the floor. So keep the tension, don't be breathing in and out like crazy so that your stomach comes in and out. 3, 2, and 1. Now take your breath, glide back, 2 knees up to the chest. Probably will feel a big release of tension from the abs, that's okay. We're going to do that once more. 20 seconds of bicycles, 20 seconds of that V-sit position. Then we are done, folks. That one definitely gets your heart rate up. My heart rate's up now as well. Alrighty, so on your backs, fingers to the temples, 20 and 20. Then we're done, folks. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. You are twisting inward to reach for that opposite knee. Don't forget the leg you're not currently reaching for. Look at it. It's nice and straight. So fully extend that leg out if possible as you twist diagonally inward to the opposite knee. Now, 4 seconds. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Up. Find that centered position. Hands out to the sides. Try relax your shoulders. I'm just adding more and more for you to be mindful of, but try not to have too much tension up here. Shoulders are down and they're pulled back. If you're struggling, gently put the heels on the floor or the fingertips, or both if you need them. 5 seconds, everybody. 4, 3, keep that tension. 2, and 1. Relax back. 2 knees up to the chest. Switch off. We are done. Fantastic. Really, really brilliant work, everybody. So we'll do just one quick stretch on each side. So what I want you to do is come up into a split lunge position like so. So your back knee is bent. This knee is just planted in front like you've done a lunge. And we're going to lean forward. So if I'm leaning forward with my left leg up or my left leg in front, I'm now feeling that stretch in my right hip. Get this nice stretch all down the outside. If you want to add in a little bit more, you can take your right hand and push it over. Just make sure you're doing the correct side. And release it. Right leg is now going out in front. That means the stretch is in my left hip. Okay, and then take your left hand, reach it over to the side, and you get this huge stretch all down the outside from the armpit, down into the ribs, through the abs, into the obliques. Fantastic stretch. Slowly release. Come back to just a tall kneeling position. A little bit of a gap between your legs. Few twists just to try to release whatever tension might still be there. A lot of that stuff we did today was quite localized just in here and a little bit of obliques. So maybe take a little bit longer, a bit of time after this video to do a little more loosening up, okay? But workout done. Well done, everybody. So that's week 14. I'll see you again next week for another really, really tough core workout. And keep doing what you're doing. Give us a shout out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, whatever you're using. Have a good day, and I'll see you later. Thanks, everybody.